What's going on, guys? Week 2 is in the books. I'm your communications director for the Bush League, Tom Ianello, aka Ton I, aka Ti, aka the Peanut Butter Rooter Tooter. Gonna go straight into the power rankings. A lot of people complaining, and the people who are complaining are the people who are on the bottom of the list, so I'm really not surprised at that. We have two new guys in first place. Yes, we have a tie for first. Two guys who had the same power rank score, so Salami, I'm going to choose you first because you have the best overall record. So in my eyes, you're number one. Salami goes up 4 spots. He's 15-3 overall record on the season. He outscored everyone, dropped 190 on the league. Salami team's really good, man. Really like it. Really big fan. Wonder you too. You're the de facto second place. You're 12-6 overall. I'm real scared to play you this week. All my guys have unfavorable matchups. I think it's going to be a real low-scoring matchup for me. I got to pray my defense shows up and keeps you under probably like 150. I don't know if I'm going to go over that mark this week. Tass jumps down to 3, loses 2 spots. Greg also went down. It's a big loss. I saw you picked up Blackjack Doyle. I like to pick up. You were up early. Like the ad, didn't like the waiver claim with your spot. You have a nice spot at 5, but very good ad with Blackjack Doyle. He's relied on in that offense a little bit more now that Luck is gone, and Brissett was dumping passes to him left and right. I think he went like 5 for 79 or something. He had a decent week. I'm in 4th. I dropped down 1 spot after a really tough loss to Laz. And he just rejected my trade offer. I tried to buy low in Jordan Howard. We'll see. We'll see some of the other offers I throw at him. I think I might wind up getting him from Laz. Laz, you're in 5th. You dropped down 3 spots after a win, which is really surprising. You're 12-6 on the year, along with Wonder. You're 4th in points too, 161 points per game. You got a nice team, Laz. I think Jordan Howard bounces back. I think you got to keep starting him. I would love to have him on my team if you don't want him. I could trade one of my wides for him. Number 5, we got... Oh, that was Laz. Number 6, we have G. After a really exciting first slew of games on Sunday, Jack was projected to throw up over 200. I think he only wound up with like 160, 170. Brady came out firing on all cylinders. He had like fucking 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first half. It was kind of a wrap after that. Mash is in 7th. He went up a spot. He got a win. He thinks his team is really good. I don't know why, but good for you, Mash. At least you got hope. 8th is Gordo, 0-2. 7-11 overall on the year. 7th overall in points. Gordo's got to start making moves, I think. His partner, a.k.a. his schizophrenic side, is telling him to make trades. And I wouldn't be surprised if Gordo makes a trade this week. If not this week, he's definitely making a trade next week. 100%. Mark my words. 9th place, Dom. 0-2. 3-15 on the regular season. Really having a bad year so far. What you guys should understand is the wins in the beginning of the year are weighted more. I think they're like multiplied by 2.5 times in the beginning of the season. So don't be mad that you're 0-2 and you're on the bottom. Like that's what happens. If you don't have a win, it's really big. And that's why the power rankings show that. Buckets, he's in 10th place. He dropped down a spot. 0-2 on the year, 3-15 overall. 10th place in points per game. Buckets is having a tough time without me, I think. I'm going to go into the matchups now. Actually, no, I'm going to go into the waiver claims. I don't think anyone got wavered. I think... Let's see. My fucking cigarette went out. Nice. Activity. Ooh, a lot of guys got added just now. Oh, Wonder picked up Rashad Higgins. Dropped Jordan Matthews. Taking a fly right there. I don't mind it. He had a good 2 weeks. Solid 2 weeks. Well, solid last week. He did nothing week 1. I'm sorry. But he went 7 for 95. That's a nice ad. Like I said, Tass ad and Blackjack Doyle. Love that ad. Really needed a tight end. He got one. Buckets waking up extra early, picking up Mohamed Sanu after a nice showing against the Packers. And then he added the Eagles defense because they play the worst offense in the league, aka the Giants. They're horrible. I like that pickup. I can't see how the Giants are going to turn this around with the same guys they've had the past 2 weeks. I think something's going to happen. Maybe McAdoo gets fired. Giants are really disappointing me. And then I wound up adding the Dolphins defense to block some teams because I know a lot of teams are streaming defenses. So I just blocked guys. I'm probably going to wind up starting them. I'm going to drop the Giants after I see what's going on with Janoris Jenkins. But who else? Hunter Henry got picked up by D. Nice pickup. I mean, Antonio Gates is still over there. Oh, wow. Hunter Henry had a nice game, 7 for 80. But he did nothing in the opener. He got shut out. At the D5, they added Chris Johnson back. He looks like he's the lead back over there in Arizona. So let's go to the recap. We're going to start with... I like that team name. Salami versus Gordo, the Crab People Tree. I love that. And versus the Lynch Mob, 190 to 170. Salami was really helped out with his team name, a.k.a. Michael Crabtree. 32 points, 3 touchdowns, tore up the Jets, had a real nice catch on the goal line. I think he's the guy over Cooper because of the touchdown factor. They're still going to be really close every single week. Some weeks it's going to be Cooper, some weeks it's going to be Crabtree. I like Crabtree because the touchdowns. He's going to score more touchdowns, I think. Then he had Rodgers throw up a cool 25 points in a losing effort. He threw for 300 yards. That's all you got to do if you're a quarterback. He threw for 300 yards, 2 touchdowns, 25 points. Can't beat that. Devonta Freeman looked really, really good on against the Packers. Stout defense, not. Carlos Hyde came out of nowhere with a $124 against the Seahawks. No one would have thought that. I was real surprised about that with Carlos Hyde. I thought he was just going to get bottled up. Guy had room to run, obviously. Alex Smith follows up his best point week ever with a decent game, 250 yards, touchdown, wound up with 18 points. That's around average. I think that's going to be the baseline for quarterbacks. Back-end quarterback 1, high-end quarterback 2. So that's a solid week from him. He's still starting Eric Decker. Not a big fan of Decker over there in Tennessee. He's the third wide out there, I think. Corey Davis is there. He did get banged up in the game, but I think he's coming back. Rashad Matthews is there. They really weren't throwing the ball. Mariota didn't throw. They were up so much it made no sense for them to throw, and this was going to happen if you play wide receivers on good teams. They just stopped throwing the ball after going up so much. And then Denver's defense coming out with a big 15 points. They scored a touchdown at the end of that game. Gordon must have been fuming. I would be pissed. But Gordy did have a decent game. He had Gronk finally come back to earth with his 26 points. He was in La La Land week 1. I don't know what the hell happened to him. Melvin Gordon, he's looking like a really good running back 1. He might finish in the top 5 for running backs. Another 20 points. I think he had like 17, 18 points week 1. If he can stay consistent, he's definitely going to be a top 5 running back. Definitely see that. Carson Wentz with 31 points. Man, the kid looks fucking good. I'm not liking the Giants' odds this week against Philly. I think Carson Wentz is a real deal. I think Gordo took him a little too early. I think he would have been there a few more rounds later, but I think he's going to be a quarterback 1 this year. The way he's looking after his first 2 games. What is he averaging? He's averaging 29 points. He's the number 2 overall quarterback. 4 touchdowns, 27 points first week, 31 this week. Really good numbers right there from the kid. And then Gordo had Chris Thompson on the bench, which sucks because if he started him, he would have wound up winning. It sucks. You fucking bench a guy, you don't expect to do anything. I mean, he had 4 or 5 touches, and he throws up a crooked number like that. Can't expect that every week from him. I don't expect it every week from him. He's not really the running back. He's the pass catching back. Although I think he did have a few runs, but he only had 3 or 4 rushes in the game. He's a good, solid RB2, RB3 flex play. Like him. He's just because of his pass catching ability. He could get those 10, 12 points easily. 5 catches, 50 yards. Very easy for guys to do that. And then Marshawn Lynch with 11.9 points. He's been decent this year. Running back 2. I saw him dancing on the sidelines. That was hilarious. Jets were pissed. But what are you going to do? If you're getting your ass beat, you got to expect guys to start having fun, especially Marshawn. He looks like he's having the time of his life over in Oakland. He just looks like a fun guy. I would love to hang out with him, just because he's a free soul and he loves Skittles. I mean, what more could you ask for from a guy? Next matchup, we got the Devil's Advocate, Pete, versus the Mastermind, Wonder. Pete got shellacked again, back-to-back weeks. Pete's getting blown out. The door's blown off him. He wasn't helped by anyone on his team besides Tyler Gurley with 25.6 points. Gurley looks like a running back again. Earth to everyone. He could finish as a running back 1. That'll really help Pete's team. I know Le'Veon has had trouble getting back to the grind of the NFL season after missing training camp. But I think he's going to be fine. I think he's just getting back up to the pace of play. He's getting his conditioning there. I'm fine with him being the top 2, top 3 running back still. He's still up there for me. Cam Newton, 228 yards. That's it. No touchdowns. Really shitty game in Carolina. 9-3 final. No touchdown. No touchdowns. Really shitty game. Jared Goff, decent game. Nothing special. 224 and a touchdown. To a pick. Nothing crazy. Chris Hogan had a nice, good game. I mean, everyone has, I think, all wide receivers are going to have good games against the Saints because their secondary is horrific. Hogan wound up with 5 for 88 and a touchdown. I think you're going to be able to start 2 to 3 wides every single week against that Saints defense. They're really bad, and Tom Brady made them look like a junior varsity high school team. It was embarrassing. They were going right down the field on them, left and right. Wonder, tremendous week. I'm really scared of your team. I think you have a really, really good team. The only thing I'm not liking is your running back situation. Yes, you have Ty Montgomery. I think Ty Montgomery, he's really surprised me this year. He only had 35 yards rushing, though. I want you to remember that. The 2 touchdowns really helped that point total. 38 yards. He had 75 receiving yards. He's a fucking wide receiver. What is he supposed to do? He had 6 catches for 75 yards. They were dumping him the ball. They were down. They were dumping him the ball. That's what you do when you're down. You dump balls to running backs, and that's where they score their points. But another solid showing by Ty Montgomery. Yeah, I think he's probably low-end running back 1 right now. Maybe high-end running back 2, but definitely in from the 8 to 12 range, Ty Montgomery's going to be there. Great pick, Wonder. Christian McCaffrey, though, has not been that good of a pick. He looks like a rookie. He is catching passes, don't get me wrong, but he's not really running the ball. He's not running with authority like he did in college. Everyone's faster now. He's got to realize that. This is the NFL, the no-fun league, and motherfuckers are fast. Phillip Rivers, nice game, 25 points. You could expect that every single week from Phillip Rivers. 331, touchdown. Then, yeah, Matt Ryan. They went up that game, really, 250 and a touchdown, decent game. I expect them to go way more than that every single game. And then your wides, you had some good games from your wides and bad games from your wides. Dez with 759 and a touchdown. He caught a ball, I think he caught a ball in the red zone on the goal line. Maybe Dez comes back to earth, comes back to life, and if he does, one of your team's going to be really, really good. Keenan Allen, 9 for 100, the Keenan Allen special. Catches passes, goes over 100 yards. He popped over a touchdown. He probably winds up with 30 points. That's what he's going to do, man. We know what it was, and kids still didn't draft him. I'm so surprised. I was going to take him, but I knew Wonder had him ready to go in that round. I think he should have went early. I think he's a solid wide receiver, too. Wide receiver 1 upside. He's in a high-volume offense. He's going to catch a lot of passes. He's going to score touchdowns. Just got to stay healthy. I think he will this year. And then Zach Ertz, 5 for 97. Man, Zach Ertz looks like the real deal. I forgot the stat it was, but I was watching that Chiefs game at Brewski's, and they showed like his last 8 games. In his last 8 games, he has like over 600, 700 yards. And this guy was a sleeper this year. Like, what the hell are people looking at from last year? They don't see that this guy was good. Real good pick with him, Wonder. Odell is not looking like a first-round pick after the first 2 weeks. Week 1 he missed. Last week, I think he was in there just to show face, just to say, "Hey, look, I'm at least trying. I'm playing. I'm going out there. I'm giving it my all." He really, the offense as a whole is horrible. The offensive line is a joke. Eli Manning is getting sacked by people who aren't even there. There's like ghosts that are sacking him. He can't move. He's a pocket passer. There's no such thing as a pocket passer in the NFL. Everyone runs. All the good quarterbacks run. You look at Rodgers. You look at Matt Stafford. You look at Russell Wilson, Matt Ryan. All these guys are fucking runners. Besides him, besides Eli and Brady, those are the only true pocket passers left in the NFL. Carson Wentz. All these guys can fucking tuck it and run for 3-4 yards. If Eli could do that, the Giants will be pretty good. I mean, you can't do anything if it's 2nd and 25 after you lose 10 yards on a holding penalty and then you get sacked for 5 yards. Can't fucking win games like that. They're really disappointing me, the Giants. I think McAdoo's going to get fired there. I can't see this season ending good. I don't think this is going to be another lost season. Another season where we have Eli Manning and we can't do shit. And then you had Jermaine Kearse on the bench. 4 for 64, 2 touchdowns. Kearse is the 6th best wide receiver right now. And who would have thought after being added off of free agency? He had 2 touchdowns last week. That does help his stats a lot. I don't see him being much more than a wide 3. Could be a wide 2. Jets are bad. The offense is bad. Can't rely on him scoring touchdowns because the offense is so bad. I don't think he's going for more than 6-7 touchdowns, and that's as a wide 1, so he can't be that good. And then Chris Carson, that motherfucker wonder what a draft pick that was. All right, next one we got Marie and Fournette versus Brady and the Jails. Tass, no one over 20 points, and that is really, really bad. Really bad, and especially in the 2-quarterback league with 6-point touchdowns. You had Stafford throw for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Giants shut down that fucking team on defense, and they still lost. They still got killed in all facets of the game. Giants scare me. I got to stop talking about them. But Matt Stafford, only 122 yards. He popped off the 2 touchdowns, which really helped his bottom line total. Russell Wilson, 196 in a touchdown. That was another fucking no touchdown game, boring ass game. I would hate to be there. I would hate to have to watch my team do that. I mean, I watch the Giants do it every single week, but at least the other team scoring touchdowns, I could rely on that. You had Ajayi go for $122, only 17.6 points though. Kind of sucks. He only caught 2 catches for 4 yards. Really good game in standard league games, but PPR it's not that good of a game. Well, not that bad of a game, but decent game. Fournette, 40 yards and a touchdown. I think Fournette's the real deal, man. They were down early in that game, so they stopped running the ball. I think Fournette's going to be okay. He could be a low-end running back, high-end running back too. I like him a lot. Then you had Fitz and Watkins, both shit the bed, 5 points each. The Cardinals are horrible too. They're another bad team. Their offense couldn't fucking do shit without David Johnson. They're going to be in trouble quick, just like the Giants are. I think the Cowboys go to the Cardinals. They're probably gonna start off 1-2. And then Sammy Watkins, he's doing Sammy Watkins things. 2 catches, 30 yards. He throws up those duds every once in a while. Just gotta stay healthy though for Sammy. That's the key. And then Greg Olsen breaking his foot, 6 to 8 weeks on the IR. Hoping he's back in 6 weeks for UTAS. You did pick up Jack Doyle, which I like. But Olsen is going to chill on that IR spot. Maybe you wind up trading Olsen or even Jack Doyle. I think Doyle's going to be really good. I like him. Like him a lot. And then, my man, Jackie G. Jackie G wins this week, big time. Brady with 45 points, 447 yards, 3 touchdowns. He could have had 600 yards and 5 touchdowns. Me and Jack were watching that game. We were like, yo, Jack was like, this could be the game he breaks the touchdown record. If the Saints were in that game and they were firing, I think Brady had a shot to break their record. But they went up so much towards the middle of that game, they were like, all right, fuck it. We're just going to try some new things. Ben with 23 points. Solid game. 243, 2 touchdowns. Ben at home. He's the best. Always scoring 2 touchdowns at home. Then you started Bilal Powell. You thought he was going to catch dump-offs all day, but like I said, that Jets offense is something you want to stay away from. There's a few offenses like that in football where you want to stay away from. I definitely think the Jets are one of them. Shady McCoy, 9 yards rushing. I don't know what the hell's going on with him. He had a tough defense in the Panthers. They have a real good front seven. He did wind up catch six passes, 34 yards, so that kind of helped out his day with 10 points. And then you keep starting Ted Ginn Jr. when I tell you he's horrible, but you don't listen to me. But keep starting. I don't care. He's horrible. He's going to lose his job soon because Willie Snead's coming back. So, Jack, you're going to need a wide receiver, I think. Yeah, actually, now you got Dougie back. You could flex Dougie, but I think you need at least one more wide receiver. You're a little thin on your bench with Cole Beasley and Aguilar as being your wide receivers on the bench. I think you definitely need one. Oh, shit. Chris Boswell, 16 points. Jesus. Love when kickers throw up points like that. Just ridiculous numbers. Better than, like, running back ones. It's pretty funny. Next matchup number 4, me versus D. The matchup of the week, the closest matchup of the week. Oh, man, this fucking matchup hurt me so much. Down 20 points going into Monday Night Football. I had Golden Tate, the Giants defense, and all I'm thinking is, all I need is 15 points from Golden Tate. I need a decent game, and I need the Giants to get 2 sacks and maybe a fumble, and that's it. They got me 2 sacks. They got me a fumble. They wound up with 7 points, and then Golden Tate shits the fucking bed. He wound up with 6 points. They weren't passing the ball. They were running the ball down the Giants' throats, left and right. They finished with more rushing yards than passing yards in a win. What the fuck? And it wasn't even like, oh, they rushed for 350 yards. No, they rushed for like 200 yards as a team. The Giants' defense didn't do that bad. It's just we give teams really good field position because our offense is shitty. We give up a fucking dumbass punt return for a touchdown. Fucking Giants, they stress me out, man. I really hate when the Giants are bad. Yeah, but I really wasn't helped out by my quarterbacks. They both went up big. They both wound up winning by 3 touchdowns each. You can't do anything about that. I mean, they both wound up with 15 points. They stopped throwing in the third and fourth quarters. I had Kareem Hunt, who I named my team after him, dreaming about Kareeming you. After Jack told me that after Kareem Hunt's, I think, second touchdown, he went on the ground and put the ball there and napped. So I had to steal that. Thanks for the name, Jack. Love that name. And then I had Kelsey, so it looks like I could have a running back and tight end that could coexist in the same offense. And that's just because Travis Kelsey is basically a wide receiver. He threw up 27 points, really solid game. He looked good after. I love that touchdown he scored from like the 5. He jumped into the end zone like fucking. It was like slow motion. I was like, please don't break your neck. Please don't break your neck. Please don't break your neck. But yeah, I mean, I had a decent week. I would have wound up going 4 and 5. It was just a basic week. My wides really didn't help me out. I did have Hopkins. He looks like a target monster again. He had like 12, 13 targets. Like he has 30 targets in 2 games. He wound up with 7 for 73. All of his catches were just comeback routes. Curl, comeback all day. They were hitting him on the sideline. He actually would have wound up scoring a touchdown, but the defensive player pulled him down when the ball was up in the air, got the pass interference, but they would have gave him a touchdown. But what are you gonna do? Tough loss. D, you had Drew Brees, monster game, 32 points. Figured it was gonna happen. They were gonna be down. He's gonna have to be throwing. 32 points hurts though. That fucking sucks. 32 points is almost as bad as 33 points. And that's what C.J. Anderson fucking did to me. 118 yards and 2 touchdowns. C.J., where the fuck were you when I drafted you like 2 years ago in my Dynasty League? And you fucked me, C.J. That's what you did. You fucked me. And now you're fucking me again. Okay? And he caught a fucking touchdown pass. The guy doesn't catch passes. He's catching touchdowns. Unreal. And then another guy who fucked me good, Devontae Adams, 8 for 99 a touchdown. He would have fucked me even better if he scored that touchdown when he got stuffed at the goal line. Then he would have had 2 touchdowns and 100 yards to the bonus. He would have killed me, D. But basically from the 4 o'clock games to the end of the night game, I was up like 60 points. I'm like, oh, there's no fucking way I'm going to lose. And he had fucking Dak play, throw up 20 points. C.J. Anderson throw up 33. And then Devontae throw up 24. And I was in a hole going into Monday, and I didn't think I was going to be in that hole. D, you started Jordan Howard, who got hurt. I think he's going to be okay. Like I said before, I like him still. People are sound sell. I'm not saying sell. I would like him on my team. I offered you a trade. Maybe we could work something out. I really need another running back really bad. I don't think you need another running back considering you have 9 of them, but some of them you can't start. But you did drop Thomas Rawls. Yeah, and then Kerwin Williams, he sucks. I don't think he's the guy. You pick up C.J. Johnson. That was a good pickup. I think C.J.'s going to be the guy there. Brandon Cooks, another really shoddy game. 6.3 points. He's good for that team, non-fantasy wise. In real football, he's good, but fantasy wise, he hasn't been really performing. Then you have 15 points with the Ravens defense, who I was gonna pick up. I swear to God, I had them ready to go, and I was like, you know what? I like the Giants defense still. I think they're solid. I think they'll be good. Gonna be good for the rest of the year. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna play the stream matchup. I should have fucking played the stream matchup, because if I would have picked up them, then you would have been forced to pick someone else up, and who knows? It's a whole different ball game after that. You have Martavis Bryant on the bench with 18 points. If he gets it going, that offense is really good. I think he's gonna help open things up for everyone on that offense, for Antonio and also Lev. So nice matchup, D. Good win. And finally, our low ball matchup of the week. I had probs with my fucking boss versus cooking up the medicine. Dom, you're getting shitted on left and right. The power ranks hate you. They really don't like you at all. You were led by a nice effort by Mike Evans, but they stopped throwing there. He probably would have wound up with over 100 yards, definitely. Don't think it would have helped you, but I definitely think he would have wound up with 30 points or something like that. Dalvin Cook shows why he's a rookie. Only 8.4 points. I don't know if you could rely on him just yet. But also saying I don't know if I could rely on Kareem Hunt just yet, too. But that offense didn't look good without Bradford. I hope Bradford's playing for your sake. He's going to help out that team a lot. With Case Keenum, they really couldn't move the ball. You got to hope Bradford's back this week and he's healthy for the rest of the year. And then you had Delaney Walker, who were like, oh, why the fuck did I pick this guy? He sucks. Rushing touchdown. What the fuck are they rushing with Delaney Walker for? He's the fifth best tight end right now, Dom. I think you're good with your tight end. Yeah, I don't know shit. I just say things just to say things. I thought it was a bad pick. I really did think it was a bad pick, but turned out to be a good pick, Dom. And then Lamar Miller with 11.5 points. That offense isn't that good either. They could be relied on to an extent. The only reason why Hopkins is good is because of the pure volume. He's getting way too many targets. He's getting way more targets than the next best guy. And you have 30 targets in 2 games. That's saying a lot. That means they're trying to feed you. He could wind up with over 100. I think he wound up with 150 last year. If he winds up with like 180 and 190 like he did 3 years ago, he's gonna be a good wide receiver too, and he might be a wide receiver 1 on certain matchups. Then you had Jacksonville's defense utterly shit the bed. 37 points given up, -1. Nothing else really. Eli's horrible. I don't even know if he's a quarterback too. No, he's a quarterback too, just because I hope he is. I don't even know. He's horrible. And no one else really inspired me on your team, Dom. But Mashy, after a softball game that we lost to a bunch of guys who were 65-year-old and over, they tripled our team age and we got embarrassed on the softball field. Mashy had the balls to tell me that his team was good, that Emmanuel Sanders was good, that Alshon Jeffrey is a stud. And you know what? You proved me right this week, Mash. Emmanuel Sanders had 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, 62 yards. Nice solid week. Alshon, he looked like the guy there, man. He really looked like the guy there, Alshon. I think he is going to be the guy. Jack thought it was going to be Nelson Aguilar. Not a bad call, Jack, but yeah, I think Alshon's good there. You had Carr, 29.5 points. Shredded the Jets defense. Of course, they stopped throwing. You only wound up with 230 yards. That's fine. Carson Palmer, who you also said was a stud, he had 332 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. 21 points. Nice, decent game for a quarterback. And Ezekiel had the worst game of his career against the Broncos. No fly zone defense. I thought it was no fly zone, but it's obviously you can't take any type of vehicle into that defense into Mile High because they're gonna fucking shut you down. And that's what they did. They fucking destroyed the Cowboys, who I thought the Cowboys were destroy-proof. I thought they can't be beat like that, and they got utterly embarrassed. Really bad game for Dak. Really bad game for Elliott. Offense looked bad. Defense looked bad. they're in trouble when they play good teams like that with defenses because they can't stop a nosebleed on defense. They can only stop the Giants' offense, who, like we said before, is fucking horrible, and they're embarrassing. They embarrass me. Jordy Nelson, tough quad injury. They say he's 50-50 going into the week 3. That's a bad loss if you lose him, man. Your team is really in trouble if you lose him. I hope he's okay. It was like a no contact injury too. I thought he tore his quads and he was done, but they sat him out the rest of the game as a precaution. Hopefully he's fine. We're going to see the injury reports. And then LeGarrette Blount, like I told you, that was the thing I told you. He sucks in PPR leagues. He had 1 point. He caught one pass and he didn't even get a yard on that pass, okay? Horrible game from LeGarrette Blount. He's not the guy there. Definitely not the guy there. I'm going to pick up the guy there, actually. And then AP, good bench because he's not the guy anymore. And then, look, you had Njoku catch a touchdown. Good on you, Mesh. All right, guys. That'll about do it. Nice solid week coming up. I got Wonder in my matchup. Going to be a tough matchup. This is going to make or break some teams. Some of the 0-2 teams. Some even the 1-1 teams. Going to fucking make or break you. I know this is a must-win week for me just because I'm playing Wonder. No. It's a must-win week for me because I need to have as many wins as possible without David Johnson because they're saying, but the projections and the formulas, they're all saying, oh, your team's fine. And I do think my team is fine, but adding in David Johnson to that scenario, my team was going to be really, really good. I'm probably going to wind up Kareem Hunt if he keeps doing what he's doing. He's going to finish as a top 10 back. Might finish his top 5. I think he's going to go 5 to 10 range. I think he's going to cool down. Definitely think he's going to cool down. If he doesn't, though, I mean, I got to like my odds. If I have David Johnson, too, I'm going to have 2 top 5 backs. That's really saying something. Really hard to get 2 top backs. Yeah, so we're going to see this week. Wonder, definitely going to come for you hard. Definitely going to come. Oh, Tash, you fucking guy. You have Sproles. Like that pickup. I don't know when you got him, but yeah. Nice week, guys. See you next week, Wednesday. Good luck with everything. Love you guys.